number 4, I joined a study group. This one, maybe my second favorite or whatever I just said about number 3. The study group builds on number 2, Andrew Ramdayal. This is also why he's a great resource, because he started a community and pretty much announced it on LinkedIn. I saw it on LinkedIn. It was a school, SKOOL, I think. I think it was a community on that platform. So he launched it on LinkedIn, and we all kind of joined it, a bunch of people. And then we just get to communicate. And people got to talking about studying and whatnot, and possibly getting together and doing study groups. And pretty much that's what happened. We had one guy named Samuel. He said it, I commented on his, a few others did. We got together and got on a call pretty quickly. I'm not sure. I don't think it was that same day, but we scheduled a call pretty quickly. Now, moving forward, this one, it might actually be my favorite, the study group, because the entire experience to me is a project, which is a temporary endeavor to produce a product, result, or a service, if I'm not mistaken, that last one. This whole study group process is the project, with that service or result being everybody taking the PMP exam. So if you look at it that way, while studying with all these people, as you're learning things, you can kind of not necessarily compare it, but use the study group process to kind of wrap your mind around the things that you're learning. We did this throughout the entire time. So initially we came together and we started going about things a certain way. We were kind of taking subjects each and then telling each other about that subject, or that, let's just call it that term or something, whatnot. We realized this is not great. Like, we can just do this ourselves, and we switch things up. That's managing a project right there. So we just kind of referred back to, oh, that's what we're doing right here, as we were learning certain things. So that whole study group process is a project in and of itself. So outside, I mean, on top of the benefit of learning with people and observing them while they learn, bouncing things off of people and saying, hey, oh, that's what I was thinking this, or I always get that mixed up with this. I always get qualitative and quantitative mixed up. And then somebody else saying, hey, it's quantity. Think numbers when you think quantitative, and qualitative is qualify. So you just need to be in that environment where somebody can say, oh, I got you. This is how I remember that. This is how I understand that. And being in a study group, it's actually a great thing. Now, another thing that makes that great, certain things like today in 2025, we work remote and hybrid way more. So being in a study group that you kind of get with people in a platform like Andrew Ramdayal's, more than likely you're going to be in there with people from different states and countries probably. And I say that because that was my experience. So some of the topics in project management is about managing people in that exact situation. So again, as you're learning about it, we're right in this right now. So my situation, we had me in North Carolina, we had a guy in Michigan, we had a guy who organized this, he's in Canada, and then we had a woman in British Columbia, Canada. I didn't know that was a place until today. I looked at her LinkedIn. British Columbia, Canada. And then the other woman was in Newtown, Pennsylvania. Now, everything that we did was virtual. So as you're learning about communication methods, communication channels, you're like, oh, we're doing that right now. Especially learning about it in reference to doing project management in 2025, when we're getting more remote, more hybrid, not necessarily always just in office. That was great. Another thing, those people in my study group, I'm a American, North Carolina. We had an American guy in Michigan. Both of us Black American males. The guy that set it up, he's Canadian, Black Canadian man. The two women were, I'm not sure their like ethnicity and whatnot. They were like Indian, but one in Canada and one in Pennsylvania. So the cultural differences, you learn about that in project management. Like, we may want to study a certain day, but we can't because maybe one person is going to be out to observe a certain holiday that their culture celebrates. Okay, and then we do whatever around that. That's part of project management. So just being in the environment and in the process of being in a study group, to me, helps because it gives you something to compare, pretty much, the information that you're learning to something that you're actually doing. Now, more on this, the process of this being a project, with the end goal being everybody passing the PMP. We can't all take it on the, well, you probably can. We didn't all take it on the same day. We all took it one at a time, which means one person takes it, they pass it. Now we're releasing incremental value pretty much to the world. That's part of project management also. And it's just dope. You got one person that takes it. The first person that took it was the Michigan man. His name's Marlon. He took it first, passed it, immediately announced on LinkedIn, hey, I have a new certification. This is a new milestone for me, and then shouted out everybody in the study group. That was great. The next person took it. I think that was Samuel. He took it, same thing. Announcement of the new certification, new milestone, shout out everybody in there. And the next one was the British Columbia Canadian woman. She took it, same thing. And then I took it, passed it, same thing. So that there is project management. You're releasing incremental value until we get it all done, and then release everybody to go on about, your lives, doing whatever next project you go to do. Again, the woman in British Columbia, she's the one who wanted to do the Agile Certified Practitioner before it changed. It changed in November of 2024, if I'm not mistaken. And she wanted to do that one. And my plan was to do that one next because I wanted to get more into project management. I wanted to get a higher, I wanted to do, above target in all the domains. And since I didn't get above target in all three, I think I just got at target and an above target in one, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, I want to double down, get back into it. And the Agile Certified Practitioner automatically gives you the credit hours that you need to renew your PMP. So I'm like, now that I'm still in the mindset, let's go ahead and get this. And it's right before they change the exam again. That's the only time this matters, looking at content where it talks about the exam changing. Anything outside of that, waste of time. But anyway, she went on, we released her, that resource, her, to go do another project, which was the Agile Certified Practitioner, and she went and did it. So to me, that's another dope part, just being a part of something and then watching everybody one at a time pass it. It kind of hypes you up, saying, okay, I want that next. I want to say, hey, I did it. They've already shouted you out as part of the group, so now just picture people waiting on you to do yours. They're probably not, but you can just believe that, oh, they're waiting on me now. I gotta join it. I gotta set my day. Oh, and that reminds me, bouncing things off each other. Like, what was your exam experience? In my group, first person took it, and I remember him like it was yesterday, saying, hey man, trust me, you got it. Like, I study with y'all every week. I promise you, the exam that I just took, you got this. Talking to me or whoever was, I think it was Samuel next he was talking to, exactly. But was saying that to pretty much each person. Man, I promise you, y'all got this. Of course, it's not going to be the exact exam, but the way they give it, I promise you, you got that PMP mindset. Say that later. I promise you, you got this. So you get that from not just sitting and studying by yourself. You get into a study group where everybody's doing the same thing pretty much, you get stuff like that. Now, yeah, that pretty much is it right there. That wraps it up. That's one of the dopest parts to me, just being a part of something, and you get to bounce stuff off each other as you all are learning at the same time.